American Cornhole Organization. Yeah, it's a real thing since 2005. Find out how to play, where to play, and compete nationwide. Scan now to join the ACO family at AmericanCornhole.com. The ACO. We are Cornhole.
Around here, light can bring out the best in you. It can make you believe you'll find the buried treasure. Tempt you to bet on yourself. Convince you there's room for one more bite. And beg you to stay out way past your bedtime. Don't say we didn't warn you. Come find your island, Prince Edward Island.
Hi, I'm Rich Pyle, the host of Hole Nation, where we share everything this cornhole and a lot more. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and catch our new videos every Wednesday at 7. And remember, whether it's sticky or slick side down, bring it.
Hey, what do you say, hole heads? Welcome to Taco Tuesday, a very festive edition, a What's New edition, a blank canvas edition, if you will. Not tons to talk about from a results standpoint, looking backwards, but plenty to cover looking forwards. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude. You see the resemblance. Cheers to you. Happy Taco Tuesday.
Man, I like this part of the show.
Whatever.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Is it? Yeah. Well, it's really one of the only times you get to say anything.
Right?
So,
I even jumped in there to say something.
I know, you got to love it. Anyway, he'll have a chance to vamp for me in a second because there's going to be a change towards the end that I haven't told him about just yet. But within the last 30 to 40 minutes out there on the Facebook page, I think on Instagram, but also on the players page for season 20, the day-to-day schedules for Worlds with a couple of tweaks since we first talked about it in May. Those are up there to help you plan. And the ticket link for Worlds is hot. It is ready. It is Little Caesars. Hot and ready. Get on there and check it out. We'll go through some of these day-by-days here in a little bit, but you will see the updates.
Did they pay for that spot?
Little Caesars? Not yet. I have to say it for. Why would I say it? Why would I keep saying
baby.
Little Caesars? Just because I said hot and ready. What would make you think Little Caesars? How many is that? I got two more. Hey, the big change is obviously the Pro Series becomes an all pros are welcome to play in the SCR frame games. Absolutely free entry, $5,000 purse. This is basically skins, Pro Series skins,
Number five
for the season. And
I love it.
Yeah, it's
I love it's going to be at the Worlds this, and because I think it'll be the one that'll have the most pro players that ever have participated in one of these.
Well, we're going to need more boards and more scorekeepers. I'll tell you that much for the frame games. But big fun, free to enter for all pros to come out. You got to have your pro jersey. Don't forget it. And I mean, even if we'd say that for the big picture, there's a couple of people every year that go, God, I forgot my jersey.
And we would prefer it has your name on it.
Your name on it. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. I know it's not going to have my name on it, so wear yours proudly. All right. So the bag partners, a couple of them here in front that are being highlighted, scrolling across the bottom. We've got lots of new ones coming in. A very cool package that you showed me a little bit ago. One of the bag makers that submitted one I had not heard of. And the packaging that they sent was very cool.
Should I grab it?
Can you grab it? Yeah, you got time to grab it. I mean, this isn't exactly HBO. So show, who is this?
This is Breaking Records.
Breaking Records with the crown on the top.
Custom printed box. Little sticker here came in, and you open up this bad boy. It's got their branding all over it, and then right in the middle, boom.
It's not
Pro
a bad
Series approved bags.
That's not a bad way to display bags that you're getting ready to sell that are authorized and stamped and approved for the ACO. But lots of new bag companies coming on. Some may be taking a break. Don't know, but it's going to be an interesting season 21. Let's get a quick Monster Cornhole update. Can we do that? You got those numbers in front of you here?
Oh yeah, we got some. We have a new board, new man on the leaderboard here with Eric Hoppajohn.
Hoppy is up toppy.
So Hoppy is up there, but we still have 4 or 5 in the running right now, and a probably 20 in the top 20. There's people that still have a chance, man.
Yeah, there are 4 tied at 805 points right now. Hoppin' Johns, Jordan Casinger, Jim Culver, who'd been living on the top for quite some time, and Terry Schnurbush from Missouri. So that's what I like seeing. Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, Georgia, Illinois.
It's like
Virginia.
7 or 8 states in the top 10.
Yeah, because for a minute there it was Indiana.
Yep. But
like
as the season progresses along, man, and there's almost still a full, well, not quite a full month, but there's close to 3.5, 4 weeks left here. So
let me get this thing set up here.
That's going to be solid.
So you can see.
Remember, second season is right around the corner. It starts July 1st. So if you're a director out there wanting to get engaged with next season, we're working on those prizes right now. If you're somebody that wants to get involved with prizes, we got tons of bag partners out there. Not just looking for maybe bags, maybe some swag from some of these guys. Bag holders, T-shirts, sweatshirts, anything. You can add anything to the prize pool.
And again, because it's for anybody that plays cornhole, not just ACO players. So you could be introducing yourself to somebody who could then become kind of a de facto ambassador for you. I don't know why this is doing what it's doing. But I want to be able to read the comments here, so I'm going to reset this.
Resetting that?
While you're talking about. But I think you bring up a good point. It wraps up here. I mean, today's already June 10th.
It's June 10th.
The year is almost half over.
So
if you can believe it.
Come the end of June, I'm going to be doing a lot of shipping with the fulfillment team here.
What'd you say?
We've got 850 packages that are going to need to go out, or prizes that are going to need to be rewarded, from the cookbook, the Cornhole cookbook, to memberships, to bags, to the number one prize this year for season number 1 in the Monster, and that's an all-inclusive trip to the World Championships of Cornhole in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
It's big stuff, man. But Monster continues to grow. We're going to be working on behind the scenes right now, working on some tweaking to make next season, which starts July 1st, better than ever. Again, like I said, we're adding prizes. We're tweaking some of the rules and regulations, and hope to see it double in size next season.
And I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Gordon Reed's checking in. The Wiz.
Oh, the Wiz is here, baby.
He had a pretty good championships in the UK. He said he let number 5 slip through his fingers, but he's very hopeful about what's coming next time. I said, doesn't matter, because he's got what we call the Wiz Wiggle celebratory dance. It's going to become a world famous trend. He'll be independently wealthy once we're done pushing that. But Wiz, glad to have you along for the ride. Gordon, thank you. You like this shirt? This is a beauty.
Oh, I love it, man.
Made perfect sense, but you ain't seen nothing yet. And Ricky Singleton, usually the first one in here. Let's go. All right, so that's what you need to know there on Monster Cornhole. Glad to have it continuing to roll as big time as it is through the end of June and the end of the first season. I'm sure some groundbreaking shots have been made, and I don't know if you saw my Facebook page. I was begging you. There's a certain set of boards on my Facebook page where I tagged Frank. I'm begging him to use these for the Lifers tournament at Worlds. If you haven't seen it, go to Fin Rock, go to my Facebook page and scroll down. You'll see what I mean. I think I'm going to be able to get my PPR up with those boards to a 3. That said, great shots are being made in the UK. Great shots are being made in Monster Cornhole. Great shots are being made in our majors. And the best ones are always gathered together, highlighted in a little something Whole Nation, Rich, and Tracy Pye like to call Shot of the Week. But this particular week, it might be Shots of the Week. And I remember these very well.
Thanks, Finn and Frank. Welcome to this segment brought to you by Whole Nation. I'm your host, Rich Pyle. I'm going to show you a cornhole shot from a recent tournament. A pivotal shot. A game-changing shot. A shot you don't get to see every day. Check out this Shot of the Week. This Shot of the Week comes to us from the Branson Major in the championship match. And if you haven't been able to tell by now, I love a good cut shot. You have to have the right aim, the right angle, the right spin, and the right speed, all in one shot to make it work. And if that's not hard enough to do once, Zach Dawson just gave us 3 in a row. Great shot, Zach. He must be a butcher with all those cuts. Thanks for watching this week's Shot of the Week. Now let's turn it back over to the Taco Show with Frank and Finn at the ACO World Headquarters. Frank, Finn?
They're insane. These cut bags, and especially these reverse cut bags from the opposite side, just insane. That kind of control. And the more of these shots that I see from center court, the harder it is for me to explain. And And the funny thing is, when I talked to Phil about it, he's like, his only thing that he typically says about it, why they always do that against me. I wish I could do that. I'm like, well, how do you do it? I don't know. And I guess if he could do it, he would do it. But it is interesting to see those kind of shots, the roll bags versus the airmails. He made some great comments about certain players that always leaned in on their airmails in Branson that were trying to work other types of shots, and he wants to see, and I would agree, people that know they've got that airmail dialed in, I would still, that to me is still the most exciting shot.
It's the most exciting shot, but I tell you what, I mean, if you're going to be great, you have to practice, and you have to practice all these shots.
Wait,
I mean, you can't just show up at these things and learn to throw a cut on the fly, man, or learn to throw a push bag the way they do.
Well, I've gotten better at identifying what's going to happen when it gets there as soon as it leaves their hand, but I'm still not enough where I can look at the grip, because there's that butterfly grip, and then there's that heavy thumb grip, and then there's that crunched up kind of snowball grip.
Well, it's interesting you said that Philip, doesn't know how to throw that toss. I mean, with him sitting in front of or behind the scenes like this, watching these players and being as good a player as he was.
Might.
Come on, Philip, you need to learn that pitch.
Well,
take some time back home and learn that pitch, baby.
Nose up. Yeah. Well, so many players forever threw flat, a lot of great players throw flat, but threw nose down. So there's only so many things it was going to do. It's getting that nose up and then figuring out how to move it left or right. And that's crazy. I mean, you would think with the filling, no matter what the filling is, these proprietary mixes that the bag makers have, I can't see the beads making that big of a difference, but clearly they do. So kudos to all you guys out there with the science, because I don't get it.
Speaking of pellets, we've got a sponsor that's going to be at the World Championships. Pro-Fill will be there in the tailgate zone. So that's going to be kind of cool. But, I mean, they're selling different bead blends that do just that, Finn. I mean,
very
work
cool.
your bag a little differently.
Let's see. Would you throw it over the fence like that video? Probably. Probably. But it's so funny. That was somebody, and here's the funny thing, and I forgot about this. Someone that I know that does nothing to do with cornhole or the ACO put that in my direct messages, because they know that I do this. And the other video that the snapshot that I put up, people, they like, you're the announcer for the ACO. How come you don't play at a competitive level? And I put down this picture of my shoe and my foot, and everybody, and my sock, balled up sock, and everybody kind of missed the point. So I had to add it in. They were looking, well, it's your left shoe and your right foot. No, it was the fact that I was 18 inches away from my shoe with my balled up sock, and I couldn't get it in there. So that was my whole point. Anyway, bottom line, I suck. The World's Dailies, we were talking about those a minute ago. So let's see if we can pop those back up. Did we lose anything? Oh, okay. I was looking at the screen. It looked like we were. Now, for whatever reason, that still says as of 5/20. These may not be the updated graphics. So go to Wednesday real quick and see if I can. What does it say there?
Under the Pro Series?
Under Pro Series, what does it say?
That's where we made the change, I think.
The World's Wednesday Pro Series bracket. What does that say? I can't read it from here. Yeah, these are the wrong
Pro
graphics.
Exhibition, yeah.
Yeah, these are the wrong graphics. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is they're on the Facebook page. They're going to go out in an e-blast to you as well, so you can start planning your trip. Everything really kind of starts on Monday, as always. We're going to be adding some fun stuff to the weekend before, so that's the bottom line on that. But the link is also there to start buying your tickets.
Start buying your tickets.
The schedule is there, so you can start planning. So let's get into...
Byron checks in.
What's up, Byron? Byron Sisson, what up, dude? Let's get into what's new in season 21. And here's how we're going to do this. There has been so much that's gone into this, and we've had one or two things kind of get tweaked or changed, and some wholesale changes over the years since I've been here. I've never seen so much thought put into how to streamline and make things run better, bring more people to the game, and hopefully make things easier to calculate for everyone involved as I have this year. I don't understand it all, because I don't understand how every department, I'm not smart enough to do what everybody in this company does, particularly when it comes to logistics. Well, everything except what I'm doing right now. But he knows. So I'm going to hit the top line, and he's just going to give you a little taste of what we're talking about. We will explore these subjects over the course of the summer, will we not?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
We're going to do a couple of our Did You Know videos
Yeah, we'll
on
do
these things.
some ACO Did You Know.
Need to know type of stuff.
Need to know, yeah, exactly. So what's new for you in ACO Season 21? New membership options.
New membership options, man. There's 3 of them, Finn, and I love this. I mean, the most important key factor is we're bringing around our back the idea of a free membership. So anybody can jump into the ACO. No reason not to anymore because it is free. There is a free membership option. Then we have what we call a player membership.
Okay.
And then the final level is the World's membership. The World's membership is what most of our ACO players are used to playing with. The majority of them are going to want to stay with the World's membership. But again, our goal is to make the ACO and Cornhole bigger and better for everybody, our bag partners for the ACO, and accessible. And that's why we've added this free option. So that's it. We'll go further into detail later, but there's a free option.
And they're out for sale, right?
They're out there. Should be out there on the internet now for sale. But there's a and now the cool thing about it is right now you can actually get them through our Shopify, our website.
Yeah.
But here shortly, it will be available on our
right
next
here
little note.
on point number 2. Scoreholio integration for memberships and major registration. This is huge.
It's really huge, Finn, because there's a couple things. Number one is it's always been complicated in the past because you got to go get your membership here and you got to get your tickets here and then you got to get Scoreholio over here. So we had 3 of these different elements at play with players trying to get engaged with the ACO. Now we're partnering further with Scoreholio, and we are going to take our memberships and drive our membership sales through Scoreholio. We are going to drive our ticketing sales through Scoreholio, which is really cool. And what's neat about that for a player is, again, you can be somebody that comes off the street and instantaneously you can sign up for that free membership, buy your ticket on site, and be instantly added to that tournament.
You can be immediately absorbed into the setup bracket, right?
Yeah. And what's cool about it is the way it works right now is, when people are buying our tickets on Ticket Sauce, we collect that data and then we upload it eventually into Scoreholio. Now, every time somebody buys a ticket to that tournament, you can actually go in and now see all the different players from all the different parts of the country and the world that are coming to compete in that tournament instantaneously.
A one-to-one relationship.
There you go.
From here to here to here. This will make April C. Lemons very happy.
And one more fact, I know we don't want to do deep dives on all this stuff, but one more fact that I think is really cool from the player's perspective is, if you're not sure you're going to be able to compete in that tournament, you don't have to buy your ticket right up until game time now because of Scoreholio. Now, that being said, there's 2 key factors there. Number one, you can only buy a ticket while tickets are available because we've had plenty of tournaments that have sold out. So you want to make sure you get your ticket in advance. Number 2 is if you want to see pots grow, particularly with the seniors and the women's and the co-eds, you have to buy your tickets in advance. But the neat thing is some of these people don't know if they are actually going to be able to make it, Finn, and now they have that opportunity to not be penalized for showing up.
Well, the beauty of all of this that we're doing is I get to play the dumb guy because I am the dumb guy. I'm the guy that sits there and goes, well, don't you want to know how many people are going to register early so you can know the size of this and that? Well, yes, but everything you just said is a counterweight and a counterbalance to that because how many people have we said, oh my God, my work schedule got changed. Branson's a great example. We had to flip Friday and Saturday. People had to make some changes. So I don't know much, but I do know I love this. All right, so let's talk about this because this has been there's a lot of chatter about this, and this is sort of a 2-parter. ACO level up handicapping system. Now, there's 2 things to this. A, what it is, and B, who's using it.
Well, first of all, handicapping, we're going to call that level up, as you mentioned there. Yep. So leveling up. So that's something that the ACO kind of created the concept of leveling up a few years back. Scoreholio now has taken it to another level where they've added all sorts of opportunities to offer a handicapping program. We're taking one specific style from that and creating the ACO Level Up program where as a regional director, you can now choose whether or not you want to run your tournament as a level up or as a straight up. A straight up means nothing has changed. You're running it just like you did this past season. There's nothing different about next season versus season 20. Season 21, season 20 are exactly the same with a straight up. But the level up is really cool, Finn. And I'm excited to actually see regional directors start to use this, because I believe that it is going to help build the player base, build people's interest, make these tournaments more competitive and fun. And this is an important fact for everybody to know. Level Up will only be played on our behalf at the regional level. We're not going to do it at the major level. At the major level, it is straight up, period. You come, play against the best, and you got to be the best. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's how it's rolling.
And at the regional level, it allows somebody who doesn't want to come in and just get the floor wiped with them, and we know where the Goat Pit and a handful of other places, Russell's place, where you walk in and, I mean, even the top pros are like, good God, they're here, that kind of thing. So it gives you an opportunity to come in, throw more frames than you might normally, maybe pick up a win that you might not normally have picked up. But in the meantime, and Phil and I talked about this, and Brandon, you're going to learn something. If you get more frames with a really good player who sees that you're trying to learn, you will learn from them. I can think of 99% of our players who would work with you while you're throwing that game to try to help you if you asked them what you're doing wrong.
No, 100% there. There's another fact here that happens, and again, I'll start to ramble here, but I'll try not. On the Level Up thing, as a very competitive player, it's not exciting to get out there and just blow people out 21-0.
I wouldn't
right?
think so, but
The Level Up program now allows for like a great player in a community that doesn't have a lot of great players to practice, because now they really have to play, even though they're playing a Finn or a Frank.
Yeah,
they have to now compete at their highest level and beyond with every shot.
Yeah, overcome the disadvantage.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And it's in the way we've got it structured, it is still favoring the better player. The better player has the better chance of winning, but it now gives me the belief that I truly can win this game because I've got a little bit of backing.
Well, and I've mentioned this before. I play in a thing called the Mediocre Golfers Association, and I get a certain number of strokes that are taken out of my score at the end. So I did okay about a month ago when I went out and played, but they gave me my strokes, and I still came in 14th, but I got a check about that big. I was not in the warm handshake club outside the top 16, and I was thrilled to death to not be in the warm handshake club. Now, the guys who are the better golfers took home everything like they always do. I think the entire purse was, God, this time I think it was all the way. It was the
$20.
The bastards, $7. I think it was $7. I got a check for .00014 cents.
So good.
So a couple questions. When will the email be sent out for Top Gun 20 and Corny 40 free entry codes? Do you know?
I believe they're working to get that out early next week.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be sooner than that. It'll be early next week.
All right, that's Aaron Lambert. He also says, so COs won't get any incentive for buying memberships from them? If the memberships are going through Scoreholio, they will not get incentives for you buying your memberships through the COs?
Yeah, at this point in time, we're still trying to... Yeah.
Do you have a mic over there? I can't tell.
No, but he's basically saying, yes, we're still planning on
rewarding,
crediting them when we with the system that we're trying to put in place.
All right, very good. Very good. And again, we'll get into more of all of these things in a deeper dive with more details. This is just to give you an idea of some of the things to look forward to. And for the first time in a long time that I can remember, way ahead of when you're normally finding this stuff out. All right, let's talk. So directors can choose the straight up or the level up format.
Correct.
We're very clear about that as a way to grow the game. Again, not used at majors, but a way to grow the game. Juniors, Premier, and Challenger divisions at majors. What's that?
Oh, I love it. It's something Eric and I have been talking about. We talked about it several times on our journeys to majors this season. But the idea, and we've heard it, we've listened to a lot of certified officials, directors, just players around the league, just talking about how dominant the top junior players have gotten, right? I mean, right now there's talk that there's going to be a back-to-back junior
king or queen
world title, king or queen. And that fact probably looms heavily to be probably true. That being said, though, the future growth of this game comes from the youth, right?
Yeah.
And if we don't create a system that encourages these young novices to come and be part of what the ACO is creating, then we're not building a nest egg for our future, right? So what we're doing is we're taking the top 16 junior ranked players this year, and we're identifying them as what we're going to call premier players. Okay. Those 16 players will not be able to play in anything junior-wise other than at the majors. They can only play in the premier division, all right? The The second division we have is the Challenger division.
Cool.
The Challenger division is to open to all other juniors. So we're giving away 2 awards this year. We're having a Premier Juniors standings, and we're having a Challenger Juniors standings.
Cool.
So our top 16 players in the juniors division this past season, season 20, will be ineligible to play in the Challenger division at the majors next season. They will play in their own Premier division. Now, here's what's cool, Finn. If you're one of those players that's a junior that thinks you're as good as one of these Premier players, you can up your game. You don't have to play in the Challenger. You can sign up for the Premier.
Oh, you can. It's not limited to those 16.
The Premier can't go down, but the Challengers can go up.
That was going to be my next question, because won't those 16 players get tired of playing against each other? And what if only 3 of them show up?
They'll never get tired of playing against each other, because that's the top players love battling against it. And at the end of the year, one of them wants to be on top.
I guess what I'm saying. And what if only 3? So you can play up, but you can't play down. Correct.
And there will be 2 rankings and 2 prizes, and it is free in both categories for them to compete.
One ranking, but 2 different point scales.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's a perfect way to segue into this next thing, which they explained it to me for around an hour, and I almost think I possibly maybe could understand it, but you'll understand it. Unified tier standings, and this pertains to what?
Unified tier standings. So, as everybody knows, in the ACO this past year, we have what's called tier play. So you try to make the main event. If you don't make the main event, you fall into tier play. When you fall into tier play, I'm just going to use, for instance, 100 players didn't make the main event. So now I have 100 players at a major that are sitting on this list. We look at their PPR. We have a PPR related to each one of those players on that list.
Okay.
We take the top 25%, or 25 of those players will now play in tier 2. The next 25% or 25 players will play in tier 3, and then the next 25% play in tier 4, and then the bottom 25% play in tier 5.
Right.
That's how you split it out. So the way it works in season 20 right now is we play each one of those individual tournaments. You score points based on how far you finish in that tournament that are applied to that tier division. So we got a tier 2 ranking, a tier 3 ranking, a tier 4 ranking, and a tier 5. So right now there's 4 different tier rankings, in the ACO system. We are going to change that next season by saying we're going to have 1 tier ranking system. All players will be ranked under 1 system. When you're playing in tier 2, it's going to be split up the exact same way. We had 100 players, 25 here at tier 2, 25 here at tier 3, 25 here at tier 4, 25 here at tier 5. However, tier 2 is going to be playing for the same points that tier 5 is playing for. And once the tournament is over, those tournaments are uploaded, equal amount of points, all applied to the same ranking. So if I win tier 2 and you win tier 5, and that's the first tournament of the year,
we're tied.
You and I are tied now in the rankings. And then tiebreakers are based on whatever we set up as the tiebreakers at that level.
Very good.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's more interesting and equal. And the reason we had to do this, Finn, was because you have a player like myself. I'm not a great player. I average like a 7.5, 7.7, something, 7.4, whatever it is, something in that range. And so, but sometimes I'll show up at a tournament that has a lot more people below me, so I'm playing in tier 3. All right. Then the next tournament I show up, I have a lot more people above me because a lot more people have higher than a 7.4, and I'm playing in tier 5. So now the way it's set up this year, I'm earning points for tier 5 ranking on one tournament, and the next tournament I'm earning points for tier 3. So it's not really fair to me as a player because I'm not able to put all my tournament points into one ranking. I now spread out amongst 3 or 4 different tournaments, so I never have a chance to be player of the season. So now I'm a tier 3 player or 4 player by heart. I have a chance to be the overall tier champion based on performing in my individual tournaments that I end up falling in. So,
excellence will be rewarded. That's what I took away from that. So go out and be excellent.
Hey, I got a thumbs up by Oz. He thinks I did a good enough job explaining that.
That was much better explained than when we were sitting around here before, because my head was swimming. Kalen Best says, World Blind Draw Top 125. Will we get an email?
128.
128. Will we get, well, he said 125. Don't tell me what he typed. We will get email. Will we get an email on that to register, or will that be something we register there for?
Yeah, we'll send out an email
in advance. So an email will be working its way to
we want
you.
registration in advance because we bring in the next person.
Want to know who's coming in and open spots for those who leave them available. Sock Fame says the Clash. I love that bag. That must be one of the bags we have up front there. Okay, simplified doubles qualification for Worlds. This is something I do know about because I heard this talked about a lot.
So this is a very interesting topic, and I wish that we had made the decision as a team to do it this year, but we didn't. It made more sense to do it the other way this past year. The way it was this past year, Finn, is in going into season 20's tournament, you had to earn 100 points with the same person to qualify for Worlds doubles play.
Correct.
Now, if somebody else earned 100 points with the same partner and qualified for Worlds play, then they would be both eligible to become each other's partner. Like I could switch partners. Like if you were with Eric and earned your 100 points together with Eric, and I was with Aaron Candler and he and I earned 100 points, but then you and I really wanted to play together, we could drop them and play together.
Or if they couldn't go to a tournament we could join in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't drop you. You'd be the only shot I had at winning.
But screw you then. I'll take Aaron back. Hey, but
Chandler
seriously,
just texted me. He don't want you back. It'll be 3 against 1.
So, but what we're moving towards, because I had this question asked by numerous people there in Branson, and unfortunately we can't switch it because it is a rule that we had in place this season. But because it did happen this way, we are going to switch it this coming season. So now what can happen is you, Finn, go out and play cornhole in majors, earn enough points, your 100 points, but you played with 4 or 5 different players. And I did the same thing. I earned my 100 points to compete. Now you and I can pick each other up and play, regionals and majors.
Yeah, right.
Just you got to earn your 100 points.
Right.
But now you and I can go pick each other up. We didn't have to play with the same partner to get there. I could have played with 7, 8 different people, one time only, got my 100 points. You did the same thing. You and I, tag team and go to the Worlds.
And there is still an advantage to having a flow with a particular partner and playing with them as often as you can. To just go pick somebody else that's at the top of their game, that's a bit of a gamble there at the end. If you just join up like that at the end,
most people want to play together.
No. That's what I mean. You're going to want to keep your partner throughout the season when you can, but it does give that opportunity if somebody can't make it that you can still be there. And at the end of the season, and that will cause some serious drama if we see at the end of the season, that team just blew up and what's going on? Because that's what we need, more drama. Blow stuff up and put 2 people together. That's awesome. That would be cool. And people would be talking about that. So the way you were talking about it this year, whole different way to be talking about it next year. 2 more things to get to on the what's new for you in season 21. There's an overhaul in the quads format. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I love this new overhaul in the quads format. First of all, we're moving the bag masters. We don't know what we're going to do exactly with that. That's going to come back around, but we don't know where we're placing that. So that's a topic for another day down the pike here before next season starts. But with quads, Finn, the way it was, this year, you're kind of assembling your team, to go into the quads tournament. But moving forward, what we're doing with the quads tournament is it is going to be a complete random blind draw, luck of the draw, however you want to term it. But all 4 players on the team will be drawn randomly. All right. So, there's going to be some really fun, unique shakeups. First of all, it brings it back to being so much more social and fun, right? To get just 4 new people together to grab a beer or a drink and play some bags is cool. And it's going to make it more competitive, I think, too. So there won't be quite as much dominance at the top. It really opens it up and so individual players, like we do in the blind draw, you'll end up having a ranking like you do in the blind draw, where you'll earn points throughout the season in the quads that you play in. Yeah, as an individual.
And this is, again, if you just joined us, different than the Bagmaster quads.
Correct.
All right, just so you know, just so that somebody doesn't hear something and start talking about what they heard.
It's different. It's different because it's replacing the Bagmaster quads.
Yes.
We don't know what we're doing with the Bagmaster stuff, but there will be something that we're going to do for our partners.
That's what I was going to say. So if you're thinking it was going to be 2 separate things, no, there's not like that's going to change within its own name. There'll be something for the Bagmasters.
Right.
but this is how the quads are going to go moving forward.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
All right. And then one final thing to tell you about. And then at one point during this, when you're about 20 seconds away from the end of your explanation, give me a signal because I got to step off camera for a sec.
Okay.
The new standings tiebreaker, DPR.
Are you going away?
Not yet. You got 20 seconds? You got more than 20 seconds.
Well, that
on
I mean,
don't you?
I mean, there's not.
Or did
much,
I just explain it?
that
Is
you
that it?
basically that explains it. I mean, that's just the
Uh-oh.
new tiebreaker. So there you go.
Okay.
So step away.
Keep talking
Hey,
about
but
something else.
but anyway, back to what I was talking about earlier about the Monster. If you've not played in the Monster or talked a director into being a Monster, you need to get somebody in your area getting involved with Monster Cornhole because we love Monster Cornhole and we think it's a great thing for the sport and a great way for people not associated to the ACO to get involved with something that isn't really specifically ACO related. So we welcome anybody and everybody to be part of the Monster program and look forward to season number 2 for Monster taking place and starting July 1. July 1 is season 2. And Finn, bring it on back in.
All right. Let's talk about Punta Gorda. First of all, I need to know if I'm going. Am I going? I don't know yet. I'm ready. I got everything. I meant to get some of that stuff, that white stuff for my nose, but I don't have a car right now. So anyway, but I do have my taco tank top and I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to go to Punta Gorda. I'm ready to go. I think the Twisted Fork is waiting for this right here. Possibly the 4 Point Sheridan. I don't know.
It's your live act down at in Punta Gorda, man.
Come on. Encouraging the Bagmasters
This
to
is
outfit
the-
their teams.
Taco team right here,
I
baby.
took
You
off
should.
My actual glasses, I can't see shit. Hang on for a second. I want to get over to this because I want to make sure we go through everything. It's Thursday, it's Friday, it's Saturday. $20,000 on the line. Okay, in purse money. The Crew Cup on Thursday. That's going to be at the Twisted Fork. Obviously, the Tiki Toss on Friday. I think it's $5,000 associated with that, and then there's a blind draw later, 50% payout there. Then there's singles cornhole, the $2,000 guaranteed purse, and then there's an ACO Pros Only Pro Invitational with a $3,000 purse. That's on Friday at TT's Tiki Bar. All right, so we move.
Well, you know what I like Friday too? Is it on the list there? It should be. The $2,000 given away to, what is it, 40 players win $50 each.
The singles cornhole.
I think it's right here. See it? The round robin.
$20 per player.
Yeah, it's a $2,000 purse.
hang on,
You
hang
can't
on.
read. You got your glasses on?
Yeah, underneath it. Yeah, but it's in a light green, which looks great against white. On
That's my
screen.
favorite of the night, man. That's
Yeah.
that's where we do the old. I think it's the Switch Holio, where you play like 5
Yeah.
different games, and the top 40 players each win $50. It's a $20 buy-in. That's one of the most fun things going down there, man.
Yep.
That and the little
And
drummer
I know
boy.
you love the little drummer boy.
is great. And unfortunately, I think Craig Irvin,
You can't make it.
he can't make it, and this would have been a three-peat for him. The only player that can throw almost as good left hand as he can right hand.
Yeah.
He's pretty darn good.
I can't tell you the number of people who have told me how much they love that. Because 0 is not a number; it's a placeholder. They all like it embarrasses me. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to find out how good you are from both sides.
Right.
It's
right.
fun. Get out there and play a little drummer boy. It's fun. And then Saturday, again, also at TT's Tiki Bar, 3 o'clock. And this is the thing. Thursday, everything starts at 7 p.m. Friday, 6 p.m. And Saturday, 3 p.m. TT's Tiki Bar, the 4 Point Sheridan. Doubles. Bring your own partner doubles. 2-game guarantee. $100 online registration. $150 walk-up. A $10,000 guaranteed purse, and you have to be a member, right?
Yeah, and here's a cool
No.
thing. Here's a cool thing. though. I didn't want to forget this as you're telling me.
I'm done reading. Okay.
Don't
Go
read.
ahead.
Here's a cool thing. Is we are in the first year we didn't have anywhere really indoors to go, so the rain really affected us. Every day about 4 to 5 o'clock, you get a nice little shower coming down. The Tiki Bar is absolutely amazing place to be and party at. Well, right next door to the Tiki Bar is the convention center. So you know what we did this year, Finn? We have gone ahead and rented out some space at the convention center. So we have climate control for the main tournament stuff. We're going to have boards and partying going on over at the Tiki Bar. And you'll be able to walk back and forth between the places all day long.
And by mentioning TT's Tiki Bar, you've seen pictures. So those of you who have been there before, you kind of have a lay of the land to what you're talking about. for those who don't, it's kind of nice to know to have that indoor-outdoor opportunity. But again, if even if there is no rain, even if it's too hot, you need to get yourself one of these.
Oh yeah, I took a picture of that. I love it. You know what? I saw a pink one.
Did you?
I was gonna get you too, so you can have it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Here, this thing's.
Oh, dude, that's stellar. You know I
Listen to
love
this
that
thing.
thing, man. Fires it up, man.
That's crazy. If I had any,
But no, Punta Gorda, Twisted Fork.
Yeah,
The
it's gonna be
tiki
big
bar,
fun.
it's
But
a lot of fun.
please don't. I mean, it is. You're thinking to yourself, "Oh my God, that's way a ways away." It's not. It's like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
don't
got-
mess around.
we've
Make
got,
your reservations now.
I don't know what all the state championships are this weekend, but I know there's a couple on the table because I'm going to one. I couldn't go to the Kentucky one because I'm going to go to the Alabama one, but I think there's a few more out there as well. But yeah, we got a bunch of state championships this year. I think this coming weekend. We got a couple state championships next weekend, and then Punta Gorda.
Yes. So that's that. I really want to put that hard press on for Punta Gorda because I don't want you to miss it. Again, late starts, a chance to go out and go fishing or golfing or playing on the beach, doing whatever you want. Gulf Coast Classic. It's called a classic for a reason. We want to make this thing so big that they can't not have us there every year. And if you're down in that area within about a 5 or 6 hour radius, and you're one of the CODs in that area or just a player, put the word out there. Because I mentioned on that Saturday, the biggest purse is open to non-members, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$10,000.
Yeah, that's huge. $20,000 on the Life of the Week. I'm amazed at how far some will travel for a shot at less. Does that mean, you know what I mean? Here, let me get you into this. Hang
See
on.
if there's any questions out there right now.
Yeah, if you got any questions, bring them on. Ricky Singleton says, I like that way. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think I want to know. Because people can get to play with people they've never played with before. There you go. Aaron Lambert, again, will only pros automatically advance to main and singles and doubles again next season?
Oh, nothing's changing.
Nothing's changing on that. Sing says OTT has got that tournament. They have shown out.
They've shown out
in that tournament, to be sure.
Not necessarily best dressed all the time, but they're well dressed.
And I think that's it. I think that's what we've got. We really wanted to let you know that the world's schedule is out there. Check out the Facebook page and the Season 20 Players Facebook page for the schedule so you can plan your travel. Not a lot's changed, but we changed up with the Pro Series and we adjusted a couple things. And then the link to buy tickets is there, and hotel deals are also there. So if you go to the Worlds page, there's some great Worlds hotel deals as well in Tulsa. Cannot wait to get there. Obviously, I cannot wait to get back to the gym. Arm day is tomorrow. So maybe I'll see you down in Punta Gorda. I don't know yet. I haven't been told. So and I don't know why I always do that. I go back and watch, and every once in a while I just go, I got to quit doing it. Maybe it's what's in this thing. Could be. Anyway,
stop hydrating so much.
Boy, this was a taco by the hair of our chinny chin chin. Trust me when I tell you that. We got it done, and kudos to Oz for making it happen because there was a chance it was going to be a World's Wednesday.
I do have one thing to say. And next week,
good I look in a tank top?
Next week we'll maybe publish it on Tuesday. But I want to talk just one brief minute about the road dogs.
Drinking problem.
The road dogs.
Oh, because you're talking about bringing back the guy who's in charge of having them. He better have started already.
The road dogs, man. I mean, Finn, I can't believe how that thing has grown over the last.
Don't say how many.
Okay.
Put in the comments how many road dogs do you think there are this season, and we'll let you know if you're right. The first one to get it right wins our undying admiration. Good night from the UK. Good night, Wiz. How many road dogs do you think there are this season? Throw it in there quick because we only got about a minute left.
And mind you, I mean, Finn, I am always.
We won't tell you till next week.
So damn appreciative of these
question.
people, men and women that have done it. And I will tell you, there's another number that's even a shocker, and I got to double check this. But not only do I want you to try to guess how many people achieved the Road Dog Award this year, I'm talking to you out there. I want you also to give me a number on how many people are repeat doggers. How many people have done it for the second year in a row? That's the crazy number.
3 in a row?
I think there's a couple threes in a row, but I don't know how many. We haven't looked at it one up yet.
Well, Sing Sing has launched the guesses at 35, and I will give you one hint. We're playing the range game on The Price is Right. It's higher.
Can't go over, though. You lose.
If you go over, you're out of the running. But the first one to get it right is going to get a very special shout out next time. So throw your guesses in there. How many road dogs you think there are? If you want to throw in a slash and how many repeats are in there, you can certainly do that. But we're looking for the number of road dogs, and we'll tell you the actual number next week. So I think that's going to put the wraps on this edition.
That
of the
does it,
Taco,
baby.
my young friend.
Let's do it.
We have to get back out into the cicadas. Hopefully you get back out into a lovely Tuesday evening. And with a taco under our belt, we say cheers to you. I'm Finn, the loudmouth, and clearly spokesmodel for the ACO, side by side with Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude, reminding you, as always,
Keep on pitching.